Good morning, Yuri. How are you?
Hey, Mona, doing well, thank you.
So I'm excited to be here with you. How is everything going?
Sam is going good. I'm really interested in this lesson, in this passage that we're reading. I decided to kind of think through it for an 8th grade pre-AP level class.
Okay. So we will go ahead and work on this together.
Awesome.
And to make things easy, I have started this template and I will be recording all what we both are working on. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. I also went ahead and at the bottom I did make notes and I did make like a summary type. What is paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So we are going to talk a little, put just one sentence what it is, and then come back and we are going to work on each paragraph right here. So can you tell me a little about the test, the text of you have read it a little about this?
Yeah, so the reason that this text spoke to me was just because of this guy is kind of finding his confidence. He's learning to be able to embrace the difficulty because he comes out on the other side. And so I just thought this would go really great with our theme of perseverance, our unit plan that we're rolling out. And I wanted the students to be able to see this type of perseverance on more a deeper aspect.
Got you. That sounds great. And I'm going to set this. So you said the theme is perseverance.
That was my keyword. My sentence is, we don't know how capable we are until we go through struggles and come out stronger.
You said we do not know how
capable we are until we go through struggles and come out stronger.
Okay. Thank you. So basically that was your big idea.
Yes, that's what I want them to come out with after the first reading. Yes.
Okay. Good. So let's go ahead. Okay. So what is the key understanding of the whole text? Text, you did tell me the theme about it. What was the key understanding?
This guy who lacks confidence but perseveres and now has high self-esteem. Yeah, he lacks confidence but perseveres and now has high self-esteem.
Thank you so much. That's exactly what I had in my notes. Good.
Perfect. So that means I'm on the right path.
Yes. Okay, can you share with me what about the test that helps you develop this understanding? What really made you come up with this understanding?
Just what he went through. So like, for example, in the first paragraph, what I'm thinking about doing for the first read, and just thinking about, I just want them to comprehend what's happening. I use the thinking jobs for a fiction text, and I felt like for paragraph 1, I just want them to tell me who is sharing their experience and what is the experience. So who and what is the experience? Who is sharing their experience and what is it?
Okay, so your R1 question will be who is sharing the experience?
And what is the experience? Yes. And so that would be my my first question.
Okay. Okay, and so for who is sharing this experience, what do you think will, I don't want this one, I'll take this color. Okay, who is sharing this experience? Who is the person sharing the experience? What will be your exemplary answer?
So I would want them to pull out the text evidence where it says, I started writing as a 6-year-old boy. So we know that this is a guy telling us his story. And then I would use the top part where it says, been studying the French language. So it's basically this guy that's going to be telling us about him studying French.
Okay, so so you're going to write the boy or the author or the adult, or what will you say? What do you expect the answer to be?
I want them to tell me that it's either a young man or a guy sharing his experience about learning French.
And this is okay. Okay, is that okay? So for who is sharing the experience, the young man is sharing the experience, and what is his experience about learning French? That's the two great R1 questions. Good job.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to talk about in paragraph 1?
No, I think that's good enough for now.
Okay, so in paragraph 2, do you think, is there any R1 questions or anything you want to highlight?
Yeah, for this one, I am asking them, like, what is getting in his way of learning French?
That's a great question. And what will be one good answer for that?
For this one, I want them to pull out the last sentence where it says, if there is such a thing, I don't have it, I mishear words, I confuse tenses, I can't really use subjective yet.
The power of yet.
Yeah. For that one, I just want them to say that he's questioning his abilities. He's questioning his confidence. Is he capable? Can I do this? Yeah, that's perfect.
Like it, you gave multiple layers, you like whichever they will like, all the answers accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, so good. Anything else in paragraph 2 you want to highlight?
Not for the first read, just that.
Okay, let's go to paragraph 3 for first read. Do you have anything you would like to highlight?
Yes, on this one, I want to know, has his experience changed? It's almost like, was it solved? What's a better way to say it? How has his experience with speaking French changed?
Okay, so you want to ask that over the journey, has there any changed? Has he progressed or not? You want to talk about his journey.
Yeah.
So we can put it.
Has his experience speaking French changed?
Is it learning, or you want to say speaking?
We could use either one. Learning, speaking, yeah.
Okay, and which sentence talks about it, and what will be the right answer you would like your students to say?
For that one, I want them to use the text where it says, I have gotten better. And then the very last one where it says, I also feel like I am getting better at stumbling. Because that shows that he's embracing now, like the difficulty that he's had. He's okay.
Yes. That's a very powerful piece you brought in, because that's something very important for our students to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, good job. So has his experience learning over French over time? So will you like to have a yes and no answer, or you want them to tell something in sentence?
Specifically for that one, I'm looking for the answer of, he's realized that he's improved, and he's realized he has improved and has also embraced, I guess, the struggle or his difficulty, the difficulty he was having or how he was feeling.
Do you want, I'll put it in the paragraph, his difficulty, his feelings.
Yeah, we can put feelings because we are gonna dig into that.
Feelings.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. We make small changes. Okay, okay. Anything else you want to add in paragraph number 3?
I think that's great.
Okay, okay. Let's go to our paragraph number 4. Okay. So what was something you want to talk? Actually, I was also very, this paragraph 4 was something I was looking into it. What did you conclude into this paragraph? What was the conclusion?
This one was a little difficult because I think this is where he now, I don't want to say solved it, but like he goes really deep. He says a lot. This is how I feel. He brings in hopelessness and then feeling again and then despair. And so I think this is the moment where like it clicks for him. The reason that I wasn't confident was because I didn't feel it, but I didn't let that feeling get to me. And I really want the students to be able to pull that out in the first read.
Yes. So this is basically the roller coaster ride he's getting into.
Yes.
And he wants to go ahead and talk about his ride, and he also wants to encourage himself about it. So how will you put this forward to your students, and what will be the R1 question right here?
So I think the text that I want to center myself on is where it says, I think it's the third sentence, it is not the study of language that is hard, so much as the feeling that your present level is who you are. So when I use that text, it's almost like he's solving his problem, right? He's solving his lack of confidence. So I would ask, how has he solved his lack of confidence? How has he resolved not feeling so confident? How has he solved his dilemma? How has he solved?
Oh, you want to solve? How has he solved not feeling confident?
I like that.
Okay.
And so that would be the text. And I think the answer to that one would be, he's become aware of his negative feelings, like he's realized it, and he's learning not to focus on them. So he's acknowledging his negative feelings and is not going to focus on them.
Okay. So that is really nice. Yeah. So here, I was also wondering, he has one, what is one sentence which our students will be really taking away from here that talks about how the feeling has happened? Why is he going through the feeling? Is it real or is it not? Because at one point he says that he feels like he's having some problem in his brain. So is there any sentence we can say, yes, that is where he gives a very positive turn towards the story?
Are you referring to where he says the real enemy was not the injury, but the feeling of despair?
Yes, yes, that's what I was thinking. That will be a real, um, I was thinking, will that be something our students will take from here or no?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think they could probably tie it into that question too. They could use either one of those texts.
Yes,
I
yes.
like that. Thank you for pointing that out, Mona.
Thank you, thank you. Anything else you want for number 4?
No, I think that's good for paragraph 4.
That's nice. Paragraph 5.
Okay, so this one we kind of go back to the French. We left the French and now we go back to it. I want to stick to the line where it says, giving myself an opportunity to get better at difficult things. I like that sentence.
Yes, even I like that.
And I think also the one where it says, I must manage my emotional health. Because on this one, he's talking about through his experience of learning French is where he's realized, okay, I'm capable. So then I guess my question would be, what has his struggles with learning a new language helped him learn about himself or helped him understand about himself? And for that one, I think I'm just looking for just that it's okay. It's okay to struggle. It's a part of like the learning process.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I like that sentence, and I was also thinking about it. That's one sentence even I highlighted. It's like giving himself a pep talk.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, telling himself, come on.
I got this, you can do this.
Yes. So what do you think? What is one expectation you have from our students? What will be an exemplar answer?
For that one, it would be that it's okay to struggle. That's how you grow. The growth comes from struggle, something like that. You know, as long as the students are able to catch the idea that there's a growth in it.
As this is going to be a lot subjective, everybody will have, so I have put both the answer, whichever the student said, which fits the answer. So I did go ahead and put both the options you have given. It is okay to struggle. That is how you grow, and growth comes from struggle. So I have put both, whichever works for.
Perfect.
Both works, okay. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put everything together before I pass it on to you. That way you have all your notes and everything, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, that's going to be really helpful for me to just put it in my lesson plan.
Yes, yes. We are a team. We are here together.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and go to our next paragraph and let's talk about that. What do you think about paragraph 6 and the last paragraph?
Yeah, so to close it out, I really want to hone in on like the theme. What do I want them to get from this? I want to use the part where he says, but right now I feel high. And one must savor those moments of feeling high. And I kind of want to connect it to how at the beginning he was questioning himself and wasn't confident, and now he's confident. So maybe.
Okay.
Has his confidence changed? And so then that way they connect, the students are able to then think about persevering. He pushed, and so he has changed.
Has his confidence changed? Yes, that will be nice. And we will like to have this answer a little more than yes and no. So do you want to add something more so that they know that it is just not a yes, no answer, just something more is expected from them? So do you want to rephrase that sentence a little more?
How has his confidence changed?
Okay. That's nice.
I like that catch. Thank you for catching that. Because the students they'll just, yeah. Yes, I think that's great.
They will have to give a reason, and that will be really nice. A little bit more than just yes and no. Okay. And what is the exemplar answer, or what are the answers you will be saying? Yes, that's what I was looking for.
I guess for this one, it's like now he is willing to embrace difficulties. I think that's the key word. Now he's going to embrace them, because at first it was like, I can't, or I'm not, I'm not successful. And he's kind of like, okay, it's okay for me not to be great.
Yeah. So he's ready to embrace the difficulties. Yes. Okay, and we are done with the R1 question. Let's go ahead and so just to let you know, I'm going to go ahead and why is this? Let me go ahead and put this right here so I'm able to do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill up this in a minute, all these R1 questions. Let's go ahead and talk about our focus question.
Okay.
Okay, so what claim statement or what the author is teaching us? The claim statement. So
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Yes, yeah, I will go ahead and make a change right here. Here it is. So let's go ahead and talk about the claim statement on what the author is teaching us in this.
So for that one, just like the idea of persevering.
I like it. You are connecting it to a main idea. That's nice. Okay, and we'll come to, let's go ahead and go to R2 and then we'll come to our focus question.
Okay. So
go ahead.
Did you want my focus question?
Yes, let's go ahead and do the focus question right now, and then we will go ahead and. So what will be your focus question?
So since we kind of had on the first read, had the students like understand the feelings that he went through, how he started. For the second read, I felt kind of directing the students of what does the author want the reader to gain from his reflection and experience. So now I want the students to connect to the text. So my focus question is, what does the author want the reader to gain from his reflection and experience? What do you think about that question?
It's a great question. It really ties in your theme, your big idea. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So I hope it was okay. I actually combined paragraphs 1 and 2 just because I felt like the first read, the students kind of understood that. And so to take them deeper, I wanted them to analyze both paragraphs. And so my question was, in paragraph 1 and 2, why does the character lack so much confidence?
Yes. And I like the way you brought the two things together, the reflection and the experience, because throughout the text, he's reflecting on himself. And that is how you're bringing that together. That's what really makes that a good focus question, because we need our students to know that it's good to be reflective, and you brought that two pieces together. Mm-hmm. That's nice. Okay. That is great. And let's go ahead and let's do our two questions.
Okay.
So in case of paragraph 1, what will be one high level question you will be framing?
Yeah, so I combined paragraph 1 and 2.
Okay, that's perfect. I'm going to just make a note here so that when you are...
Yeah, I have them analyze both paragraphs together. And so I want them to analyze them by asking, why does the character lack so much confidence? Like, what is driving his insecurities?
Why does a character lacks confidence? What is driving his insecurity?
Yeah, and so for this one, the part where it says, the last sentence in paragraph 1, I always felt I could write. I did not always feel I could effectively study a foreign language. So going back again, like to his feelings, how he's reflecting. And then in paragraph 2, I think I want to use the part where he says, I don't really believe in fluency.
Yes, give me a minute.
It's right above the orange sentence.
My cursor is not ready to move. I think it's Friday for the cursor also. Doesn't want to move.
I know it's doing good. For my end, it looks good.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So I did go ahead and highlight with the same color so you can color coordinate it. Yes, why does the character lack confidence, and what is driving his insecurity? What will be the exemplar answer for you?
So for that one, I want them to kind of look at how he says, I felt like I could write. So he's confident in one thing because he's been successful. Yes, but because he hasn't seen success in talking, he doesn't feel it. So I would want the answer to say, because he was so good at one thing, he felt
he was good at, what was one thing he was good at?
The writing. Because
he was good at writing.
Mm-hmm. he didn't think that he would be good with speaking a foreign language. And it kind of goes back to the feeling like that's where I want them to, it's like he thought he was good at this, so he was good, but he didn't think he was good at this, so he wasn't good.
Yes, yes, yes. Good. That's a good question, actually. That's a very good R2 question, and it builds on your R1 questions. That was really good. That's good. So let's go ahead and let's go to paragraph number 3. What do you think about paragraph number 3?
So for 3, he's talking a lot about his feelings. So very similar to 1 and 2, I put 3 and 4 together because on 3, that's when he talks about when I first feel this summer, felt as I always feel, stumbling around in the dark. Like he's feeling a lot there.
Yes.
And on 4, he talks again about his feelings. I emphasize how I feel because when studying, it's important. And so in order for them to dig deep into that, I asked, I said, the narrator puts a great emphasis on how he feels throughout the process. Why is that so important to him? And so on this one, I want them to kind of talk about how he allowed his feelings to get the best of him.
So do you want to refer to a certain line for that in paragraph 3 and 4?
Yeah, so on paragraph 3, where he says, right after the orange, I don't know when I first felt it. I didn't feel it. So there's the emphasis of feeling. And then on that same box, after January, where it says, I felt as I always feel, like I'm always stumbling around the dark. So again, so focused on his negative feelings, the narrator's emphasizing that. It's like almost he's building it up to us.
Yes.
And then on paragraph 4, he actually says, emphasizing how I feel because. I want to use that line too. The whole thing all the way till quit, yeah. Hopelessness feeds the fatigue that leads the student to quit. I think that's where he has like the moment.
Yes. Self-realization.
Yes.
Yes. That really ties in everything together. Good job. So we do have it. So is there expected? And so here I know it will vary a lot with the students because they will build it. But is there any like 1 or 2 or 3 things you want to see in that? Like you would like to see 1, 2, 3. Any points do you think you will like to see? What are they?
Yeah, so the first one is the text. I want them to be able to pull out from paragraphs 3 and 4 the exact text, almost like what we did, because that's connecting to the emphasis of the narrator. And then the second one would be the realization, like his realization that it's his feelings that are keeping him down.
When you said realization, so you want them to use a feeling saying that he realized or something?
Yeah. I think they would be able to infer that he's not being confident, but I think for this one, it's just the realization that he is allowing the negativity
Yes.
to drive him or to lead him. And so when he says, I think there was
The
one.
negativity is allowing him to drive him, or
he was allowing the negativity to drive him or just lead him in his thoughts.
yes.
And but he changes it, right? Because at the bottom of line of paragraph 4, towards the bottom, when he says, similar to what we highlighted with the orange, the real enemy was not any injury so much as my feelings. That's when he says, no more. I'm not going to let those negative feelings drive me anymore. And
Yes.
so that's the, I guess that's the real realization, right? Like
So you basically want them to really highlight this. The real enemy was not injury so much, the feeling of the despair. So you want them to get that, the feeling of the despair, that idea here.
Yeah. So when you asked me what are the steps that I want them to do for that one, pull out the text. 2, realizing that it's his negative feelings driving him. And then 3, that he's not going to let that happen anymore. I didn't even know I was doing that. Thank you for the breakdown of the 3 steps. That way I can hold them accountable whenever I'm reviewing it with them.
Thank you.
That's a good scaffold too, just in case they're struggling. I know how to break that thinking up for them.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and check paragraph 5 now.
So I don't know if I'm going to be repeating myself, but he says, I must manage my emotional health. So I guess this is where he is maturing, or it's like, what change has he decided to implement, or how will he, it's the realization, right? How is he moving forward with his realization?
Yes. Do you, in this, do you want to bring a high level R2 question, sorry, but connected to the students, something about their feelings or they are going on? Will that be something you want to see in R2?
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit. Can you say that again?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying that in paragraph number 5, do you want to bring in the students' feeling in where they can relate or talk about it in R2 in paragraph 5 or 6? Because here is the big theme of that whole story, as you said. So do you want to bring any high order question where they can connect their feeling with the student or something that way?
Yeah, I was actually going to have them do that in their quick write, but do you think we could put it in this one? What question would you suggest?
So I was thinking a very, very simple question, because as you were talking about paragraph number 4, and you already said, what has the struggles with learning a new language helped him understand himself? So just something very similar, but instead of talking about the author, something the students talk about themselves. A very simple one, but R2 one, where they talk about the same feeling, parallel feeling with it, and compare it something that way with the storyline of the author.
So maybe in paragraph 5, the author puts his realization into action. Have you ever gone through this kind of experience? A question like that?
Yeah, something like that. Just like they can just have an open 2 or 3 sentences, something where they talk about it, but have a parallel theme going on with what the author has gone through, but in them. So something where they can relate to the story?
Yeah.
So what will be a question?
So in paragraph 5, the author.
You can connect 5 and 6 together if you want. R2. Do you want to connect 2 paragraphs so that will give a bigger scope?
Yeah, if you think that that's best. Let's see. Yeah, so the only thing that I put for 6, I wanted them, I think that's what you're saying is what I did. So in 6, I'm asking them to explain to me, why does the author give us this example of traveling from California to China?
Yes.
Because I wanted them to think about, like, to then connect it to themselves of, we're going to be faced with difficulties and they're going to be big difficulties, but we can't give up.
Okay.
But if we connect 5 and 6.
Okay, so I'm going to put here paragraph 5 and 6.
So in paragraph 5 and 6, the author gives the reader. In paragraph 5 and 6, the author a kind of like a, in paragraph 5 and 6, the author gives the reader a concrete obstacle or challenge. Why, in paragraph 5 and 6, the author gives the reader a concrete challenge, obstacle. In paragraph 5 and 6, the author explains a concrete challenge.
So basically, in case of a paragraph, last paragraph, first let's go ahead and talk. What is the tone in last paragraph? What is the tone of the author?
He's kind of motivating the reader.
Encouraging, motivating the reader, right? Thank you. So in this, when he is giving the encouraging tone, why is he giving an encouraging tone? Why did he all of, like at the end, bring an encouraging tone to his read piece?
He wants to end it positive, like,
he wants
and
to
kind of give that to the reader.
Yes, and can we do the same thing connected for our students to be getting that positive information, a positive theme, and connect that to their life, something at the end? Can we ask them to write something where they have seen something not working out, but with their own perseverance, they have worked it out? Because I'm sure a high school student goes through a lot. And connecting this with their perseverance, will that help our students to connect to this read piece?
Yeah. Do you have a recommended question?
So I was thinking that first of all, I'm going to ask my students, ask the student, what is the tone? And when they say the same thing, what you said, the encouraging one thing, I can ask them that, can you connect a similar kind of incident that has happened in your life and your perseverance have ended up in a positive note?
Yeah, I think that would be a great connection.
5 and 6, the author gives the reader. So instead of this, I'm going to put it right here in the last line. I'm saying, okay, so I will put What is the author's tone in the last paragraph?
Mm-hmm.
And they will connect the answer and they will say it is encouraging or positive. And I may ask them, what do you think about this? I said, can you share an incident where you or someone you know has shown perseverance?
Yeah, I like that. Maybe I would just restate it.
Okay.
When is a time where you have shown perseverance?
I like it. Okay. And this will be a subjective one. Okay. So in for paragraph 5, you had a question, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
What was that? I missed it.
No, I just wanted them to pull out how he has changed. And so the question would be, yeah, the question that I would ask would be, what realization does the narrator come to?
I like it. You connected it with the focus question.
And I like how we're closing it with a really true reflection connection for the students.
Yes, yes. Is there a line you want them to connect this piece with?
Yes, it's underlined in orange as well.
Okay.
I must manage my emotional health.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this as a sign that it is double coded. So that way you know now both of them. Okay. This is not the color.
That's perfect.
And what realization does narrator come? What will be the answer you are looking for?
He's learned to manage his emotions and not get overwhelmed.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. That was, you really worked hard. You got, and so here are some vocabulary words you shared with me. So I put them at the bottom.
Perfect.
So I'm going to go ahead and put all the information you shared with me right here.
Yeah, and if you could just share that with me so I can, perfect.
I will share that with you and let's go ahead. When are you going to go ahead and deliver this lesson?
This one is going to be for next week, Thursday. And this one's targeted to pre-AP, so it'll be during second period.
I would love to see this. And I want to really see that all the things which we discuss, will the students be discussing?
Same. I want to see what they pull out as well.
Yes. Before I wrap up, anything else you want to add in the lesson plan we may have missed or you want to see something?
No, this is great. I think I just need to sit down and kind of put it together in my template to make sure every piece is there.
Okay. Okay. So with that, I'm going to come to your class Thursday during the second period, pre-AP, and I'll see you there.
Okay, thank you, Mona.
Welcome.